Hi everyone, welcome to Fat to Thin Seniors RNY. I'm Raven, I'm 76 years old and I had gastric bypass surgery on December 16th, 2019. Medicaid approved for and paid for the surgery. Last week I talked about the food porn that I had been watching, that I was addicted to watching. I think I'm less addictive this week. In this vlog I'll be talking about need for support, for my need for support, and of the community of people who have gone through surgery. And I'll also be talking about my theory of why nutritionists can't tell you what to eat. If you're curious, please join me on this journey. Continue to watch, and please comment below. Thanks for your comments. Thanks to those of you who have subscribed. I have no real nutrition support. I haven't seen a nutritionist since 2 months before the surgery. And there aren't any groups nearby for me to attend. You are my community, and I heed and need your advice. I really do. I need to hear what you have to say, so speak up, okay? I haven't found any compatible groups online either. I've looked at a few. Mostly there was a lot of bitchcraft going on, more than anything else. The food police, that kind of stuff. I'm looking for a group that has real people in it who are trying to keep going, you know what I mean? If you know of a group, please let me know, okay, so I can investigate. And suggestions on foods to eat would be appreciated too, especially fast foods, frozen, or something that I don't have to cook. I'm really good at using a microwave, you know. But I have to tell you about last week and the Chinese restaurant fiasco. I decided to go to the Chinese restaurant on Friday after I did the filming, or maybe it was Saturday, I don't remember which. It was the wrong move to make, let me tell you. I thought there was a really good restaurant. It's home style here where I live, and they have a buffet, and it's the only Chinese buffet in town, and I thought the place was really nice. It has ambiance, you know, really good looking place. And then I got in there, and I realized that when I went to look for healthy stuff to eat, right? Almost everything was fried. Almost everything was brown. Soy sauce all over everything, I suppose, or maybe it was teriyaki, but whatever it is, it was all brown. The rice itself, the fried rice itself, was terrible. It was undercooked, totally undercooked, and it was like white rice with a few vegetables thrown in. I think it would have just tasted better if it was white rice with a few vegetables thrown in and some butter on top, you know, because it didn't taste like anything. Almost all of the dishes were made of chicken in some form, you know. Chicken is unbelievable how they did that. Let me see, what else have I got on my list? There was only 2 dishes, I believe, that had beef in it, and the vegetables were cut larger than the beef. So, you know the size of that, how much there was of that. I didn't see any seafood at all, and none of pork. I don't know. Anyway, I spent $8, and I ended up throwing it all away, that which I didn't throw up. Including the soup. I didn't finish the soup either. It just didn't taste like much of anything. So the only benefit I can say about that particular restaurant anyway, and about that particular trip, was that it wasn't worth the money. At least I found out what I can eat and what I can't eat. At least I found out that my taste buds have changed and I need to find a better restaurant if I'm going to do Chinese again, or either start cooking it myself. It was a waste of money. And I see the buses pulling in there all the time. It goes to show you, you know, I thought previously that this was a really good restaurant. They had good choices and stuff like that, but they don't. They really don't. I almost think that maybe McDonald's is healthier. It's a terrible thing to say. At any rate, I've been looking at different diets and thinking about nutritionists, and I think that the reason that we have such a hard time trying to choose a diet is because it really depends upon how you were raised. I mean, consider that nutritionists can tell you you should have vegetables, you should have beans, you should have grains, you should have fruit and some meat, and in what proportions they should be. And I think that's about all that they can say. Because, I mean, first of all, I was born in New York City. You turn a corner and you found a different neighborhood with a whole completely different vegetable stand and food choices and restaurants, and there's a completely different way of eating. So you could tell those people from India, those people from China, those people from West Africa, those people from New York, those people from wherever, that yeah, you should have so many vegetables, so many fruits and that kind of stuff. And they will say, okay, that's cool, but they will not pick the same vegetables that you do, or the same fruits, or the same grains, or anything else. So therefore, nutritionists can't really give you recipes or anything else. They can basically say, eat veggies, eat meat, eat fish, eat grains, you know, and do it in this proportion. And that's one of those things I wish I had realized sooner, but now that I realize that. So now I'm thinking of, okay, I have to figure out, what am I going to eat for the rest of my life? How am I going to eat for the rest of my life? And I think that I'm a flexitarian, Mediterranean style flexitarian, vegetarian kind of person, because I don't really eat a lot of meat. And I eat more fish than anything else as far as meats goes. And to tell you the truth, what I'm really missing right now from this, what do you call it, lumpy pureed stage that I'm in, a little bit lumpier than pureed stage that I'm in, is what I really miss is a good salad. I mean, a good salad. So I think I'm going to, I realize too that I need to continue weighing everything. I need to continue measuring everything, journaling, and I need to continue recording what I eat. And that's going to have to go on for the rest of my life. And I think I'm in the habit of it anyway. I've gotten into the habit of just weighing everything and writing about how I feel about the food I just ate or just threw up or whatever. So I think, and I keep saying that, I think that the Mediterranean vegetarian flexitarian diet is where I need to be. And the thing that I really need to do most is, even on that diet that's supposed to be the healthiest that the government has decided of the bunch of them is, that I need to make sure that I stay within my calorie range and everything else. My goal is to run, to get down to 120 pounds, 119 pounds, whatever, a running weight, and stay there. Just absolutely stay there. So, and eat what I enjoy, not just eating because it's time to eat, and eating whatever because it's handy. You know, I need I believe I need to just do the right thing as far as my body is concerned. And speaking of my body, this week, as far as I saw 2 different doctors this week. I spoke to God knows how many nurses, and phone calls from various agencies, all of them having to do with health, right? And I found out that what happened to me as far as the potassium and the magnesium problem I had, my heart rate going crazy and all that kind of stuff, it happens to less than 5% of the people who have gastric bypass. So, okay, I'm one of the lucky ones, you know. But if you haven't gotten the surgery and you're thinking about it, the odds of you having a problem at all is pretty slim. I should count my blessings and say that the only problem I had was the potassium thing, which is deadly, but hey. For the people who have the sleeve, it's under 3%, so hey, you know. I went to see my primary on Monday, and he asked me if I had any pain. And you know how you sit there and the doctor says, what's your level of pain, you know, that kind of thing. And you sit there and say, well, my knees hurt, my head hurts, it hurts. This is a 5, you know, whatever. I realized that I had a 0. I didn't hurt anywhere. My knees didn't hurt, my back didn't hurt, my neck didn't hurt, nothing hurt. My hands didn't hurt, nothing hurt. It was amazing. I didn't even, it was amazing. And then he says, okay, I have narcotics that I'm supposed to be taking for migraines. He gave them to me a month ago, and I haven't taken one. I realized that I have not had a migraine since the first 2 days that I was in the hospital. On day 1 and day 2, I had migraine. After that, I haven't had another headache. Absolutely no migraines. I want you to realize here that I was at a point where I used to have migraines daily. I would wake up 3 o'clock in the morning with my head hurting, really, really hurting. I don't know how many doctors that I had migraines daily, and I'm sure they all thought that I was looking for some kind of drug. What I was looking for was relief from this headache, you know. At some point, I don't know, about 6 months ago or so, I started having a headache maybe once a month for about a week. I would have a migraine. My head would be in pain, along with all of the other pains that I had from fibromyalgia and everything else that was going on. So after I signed the papers for the narcotics was when I realized that I hadn't taken any. The container is still here, unopened, as they gave it to me at the drugstore. It's amazing. This is amazing. I want you to realize. I realized that the neuropathy in my hands is gone. I never had it in my feet, but I did have it in my hands. My fibromyalgia seems to be gone. I mean, I don't know if it's gone, you know. It's just that it doesn't hurt. Nothing hurts. Okay? My urine incontinence is gone. Well, that might be because I just took 30 pounds off of my bladder, you know, and because the diabetes is gone. So I'm going to the bathroom only a couple of times a day. I'm not going into stores and finding out where the bathroom is before I go shopping. I don't need to do that anymore. I don't even need to wear Pampers anymore, or whatever they call them. Depends. Pampers for adults. Don't have to do that anymore. Just gone. The diabetes is gone. Well, it's down to a 5. It's normal. So I'm basically not pre-diabetic anymore. And I realized that when I first talked about when I first started this channel, one of the things I really wanted to do was to get rid of that diabetes, because it is so dangerous, and I have seen so many people in my family just suffer with this. But I was hoping that the migraines would go. So obviously I must be either allergic to something that I had been eating on a regular basis, or the candy was doing it, the sugar, too much of whatever it was. My body is now back to where it should be, except for the weight. The weight is still there. And I want to know why, because I had that operation and I was supposed to be skinny the next day. Right? Right. Anyway, I'm walking a lot more, and I'm walking farther, and I'm walking faster. I hit, actually, one day this week, I hit 1 mile in one walk. Not for the day, but in one walk. And I remember 2.5 months ago that I couldn't walk 100 feet without pain, without trouble breathing, without wheezing, without having to sit down, without my knees hurting, without my back hurting, and wondering at the same time, should I get shots in my knees? Should I go for replacement surgery on my knees? And that was only 2.5 to 3 months ago. This operation has been an absolute blessing for me. And I believe that it was absolutely the right thing to do. Now, I can't eat a whole hell of a lot, but what the heck, who cares? So I went to the cardiologist on Wednesday. That was Monday. I went to my primary. Wednesday I went to the cardiologist. Finally got to see one after I had worn the heart halter for 24 hours and had all of that stuff recorded and stuff like that. He says that I have got atrial premature beats. Well, it's kind of like in music, you know, when if you're in a band and you played, you know, with a group or sing with a group, whatever, and you lost your place, right? So what happens is your heart is going along beating just nicely, right? And then all of a sudden it beats one a little bit too fast. So then it sits there and it waits to catch up to the rhythm. So I have like a large space in between. So if you're playing music, you know, and you're going along and you realize, oh shit, I just missed something, and you kind of wait, oh yeah, there I go, you know. That's what my heart is doing. From what I understand, I could have been born with this. Nobody, you know, sometimes it just happens to people, whether you're sick or you're not sick, or you're old or you're not old, or you're healthy, whatever. Sometimes it just starts. Sometimes it only lasts for a short amount of time, and then it goes back to the normal rhythm it's supposed to go to. And the doctor said it's common enough, it happens often enough, that there's really no reason to be concerned about it, except in my case. He says I'm special, you know. But anyway, in my case, because of my age and because my heart rate does spike really high, at least for this amount of time, I'm supposed to be taking atenolol. Yeah, atenolol. I'm taking the absolute smallest dose that he can give me, and I'm only taking it once a day, and I will be taking it for a month until I get the heart monitor halter home EKG thingy for 24 hours again to see if it's still necessary to take it. So basically I don't need to worry about my heart. It's not going to drop dead this week. At least I hope not, because that would really piss me off, you know. Anyhow, so basically there's no real cause concern. I can feel it, and I think because I could feel it skip like that, I was getting nervous and anxious, and you know how it goes. So anyway, time for the Rowley report. Last week I talked about how I was worried about not exercising him enough, and then should I be tiring him out and all of that kind of stuff. And I realized that I had asked the universe for a dog that I could run with, someone that I could take out and go and would force me to get the heck out of the house and walk, you know, at least, the very least. And so I thought about it. I thought he would only be able to run short distances because he's a short dog. He's got short legs, you know. Except that he's a Chihuahua. And I found that he's Chihuahua mixed with, we don't know what else. He's a mutt like I am. I found out that he should be able to run at least 3 miles. Now 3 miles is the equivalent of a 5K race. 3.2 miles, you know. So actually I can train with him, you know. And so I've been finding myself walking faster and faster, and who knows. And today I put on my running shoes. I've actually found them and put them on, and realized that they were pretty close to brand new, you know. Hadn't worn them much. But I had also realized that the shoes that I had been wearing, I could feel all of the rocks in the dirt underneath my feet. Probably my feet were too fat before to feel all of that stuff, you know. And the shoes are getting sloshy anyhow. So he's doing good. I'm doing good. So to sum up, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm glad I did this operation. I am seriously glad I did this operation. I would do it again, just to get rid of the diabetes, the migraines, the body pain, the fibromyalgia, and the incontinence, much less lose the weight. I would love to lose the weight. If all of this happened in 2 months, I can't imagine what my future holds and how good I will feel. And I'm looking forward to feeling better every single day. So, your comments would be greatly appreciated. Your recipes would be greatly appreciated, because I'm a lazy cook, okay? Okay, so please like, please share, please subscribe, ring the notification bell, and don't forget to click show more to see the description below, okay? And you have a great day. Take care of yourselves, and blessed be.